My beloved child, I call you this day with deep affection and unwavering devotion, urging you to pause in the midst of your bustling life and remember that I am always close, holding you with gentle care, never distant or disengaged, not even for the briefest instant. I understand every beat of your heart, for I fashioned you with infinite wisdom, and I am here to guide you through every valley and over every mountain, surrounding you with a love so vast it cannot be measured. Do not hesitate to surrender your troubles into my hands, because I cherish every part of you, and my mercy is always greater than any flaw or failure you might fear. Take courage and let hope blossom, for I am the one who stands by you, and I will never leave nor forsake you. I am ever present, and you are never alone, for my love envelops you even in the darkest night, casting out every form of desolation that whispers you are forgotten. Let your soul find rest in my constant companionship, for I rejoice in your existence, and I adore the uniqueness that sets you apart. No moment of your journey is hidden from my eyes, and no tear you shed goes unnoticed. I hold your grief as tenderly as I hold your joy. Trust in my quiet assurance, and step forward with hope, for a radiant tomorrow lies ahead, and I will personally light the path that leads you toward it. Be encouraged, my precious one, and know that even this very breath you take is evidence of my everlasting commitment to see you thrive. I see your heart as a priceless treasure, and I crafted your life with a divine purpose that no one else can fulfill, for you are like a precious gem that I hold with immeasurable care. I delight in the thoughts you direct toward me, and each time you whisper your prayers, my spirit draws near, ready to comfort, heal, and strengthen every fiber of your being. When the world tells you that you are unworthy or insignificant, remember that in my eyes you are cherished beyond words, and I stand in constant amazement at the beauty I planted in your soul. Do not discount your value by comparing yourself to others, for I have woven your identity with infinite detail, granting you gifts that I long for you to unwrap and use with boldness. Rejoice in who you are, for I have appointed you as a light in dark places, and I will embrace you unceasingly. I dance with joy whenever you turn your heart toward me, for your devotion is like a fragrant offering that rises into the heavens, and it brings a smile to my face. You are my workmanship, intricately designed and lovingly formed to reflect my greatness in ways both subtle and grand. I take pride in every act of kindness you demonstrate, in every moment of mercy you extend, because these expressions of love echo my own heart. Do not underestimate the power that dwells within you, for my spirit breathes through your words and actions, stirring hope where despair once reigned. Be assured, my dear one, of your irreplaceable role in my eternal plan, for I have called you by name, and my purposes for you stand firm forever. I know you have days when the noise of discouragement rings louder than any word of hope, but I am here to lift your burdens and remind you of your sacred significance. Every heartbeat of yours matters to me, and I am intimately aware of how fragile the human spirit can feel in the face of this world's challenges. Yet, my promise stands. I fashioned you with a great destiny, and I never intended for you to wander without compass or purpose. Your worth does not shift with the tides of opinion, nor is it diminished by failures or mistakes, for my love redeems and restores all that is broken. Embrace this reality. You are a miracle of my creativity, and I call you to radiate the light of my compassion wherever your feet may go. I am not a distant observer, passively watching your life from afar. Rather, I am your ever-present Father, celebrating each triumph and weeping with you in every tragedy. I hear the depth of your sighs and understand the language of your tears, for I dwell within the most hidden places of your heart. When you feel as though you are failing and doubt your own worth, remember that I have seen your struggle and have not turned away, but instead I am reaching out with arms of kindness to hold you safe. Let my voice override every negative whisper that tries to convince you you're not enough. For to me, you are more precious than rarest gold. Celebrate the truth that I am your maker, and every smile you share is an echo of my hope for this world. I know you ache with the pains of everyday existence, and sometimes the wounds of the past feel fresh, pulling you into places of remorse or shame. Yet I tell you this: do not fear the brokenness, for my healing power is stronger than any scar, and I have promised to bind up the brokenhearted. I see those moments when sorrow wraps around you like a heavy cloak, blocking out the warmth of joy, and I am deeply moved with compassion. Let me into those places you keep guarded, because only then can my restoration truly bloom, turning your wounds into wells of empathy for others who suffer. Trust me, my beloved, for I am already at work in ways that will astound you, and I will not waste a single tear you have shed. I know the weary nights when your mind spins with worry over your future, your family, and your daily struggles, and you wonder if you can even face the morning. I am here to remind you, do not fear, for my Spirit provides a strength that surpasses human understanding, and I will fill your weakness with my might. Though you may feel the weight of responsibilities crushing down, I encourage you to cast every anxiety onto me, for I care beyond measure. Instead of running from trials, run toward me, for I am your sanctuary, and I will shield you under my wings until the storms pass and new dawn lights your path. You are safe in my embrace, and I delight in every step you take toward my heart. I perceive the burden of loneliness when it seems no one understands your thoughts, and you crave a comfort that remains constant even as people come and go. My love for you is steadfast, like a mountain that cannot be shaken, and my presence is the anchor that keeps you from drifting into desolation. In those isolated moments, let my voice speak life, reminding you that your identity is found in me, and I call you my treasure. Do not dismay at the silence of the world, for my Spirit sings over you with songs of hope, and I partner with you in every breath you take. Believe in my devoted companionship, for I have known you since before you were formed, and I will never stop pursuing your heart. I watch you wrestle with doubt when doors slam shut and the path you expected suddenly ends, leaving you confused and discouraged. Yet I say unto you, do not fret, for I am the one who opens doors that no one can shut, and I create pathways where you see only blockades. Trust that my plans are not to harm you, but to prosper you, to give you hope and a future far more beautiful than you have imagined. The seasons of waiting are not wasted, for I shape your character in these times, teaching you patience and endurance that will serve you well. Hold on to me with tenacious faith, dear one, for I am building in you a strength that will carry you through every challenge you encounter. I am your refuge in every storm, like an unyielding fortress that guards you from the worst of the winds, ensuring that you will not be swept away by the fury of life's tempests. Even when the lightning flashes and thunder roars, fear not, for I stand beside you, bolstering your spirit with a comfort that flows from my heart. I cradle you in my peace, a peace that the world cannot give nor understand, and I promise to remain faithful even when the gales of trouble seem relentless. You may grow weary, but my strength is everlasting, and I shield you until skies clear, revealing the sunshine of my mercies renewed. Take heart, my precious one, for I am working tirelessly for your good, and in due time you will see my hand weaving every thread into a tapestry of grace. I see the weight of your regrets, the self-reproach that can pierce your soul when you remember past failures or missteps. Do not allow those memories to hold you captive, for I am the God who forgives and redeems, and my mercies are new each morning. Hand over that burden to me, and let my cleansing love wash away the stains that you fear will always remain. Instead of focusing on what is gone, look to the newness I bring, the seeds of hope already growing in the soil of your brokenness. You are far more than your yesterdays, and I am leading you toward a fresh season where joy and purpose abound. So rest in my acceptance and let healing flourish within you. I yearn to share my strength with you, for I see how you tire under the demands of daily life and how your spirit occasionally wilts in the harsh heat of criticism or the desert of indifference. Remember, I am your living water, ready to quench your thirst and revive every worn-out fiber of your soul. Reach out to me in the quiet, for even a wordless sigh of need is enough to summon my help, and I will fill you with renewed vitality. Embrace my promise. Those who hope in me shall rise up with wings like eagles, running without growing weary, walking without fainting. Take courage, beloved, for in my loving hands your exhaustion transforms into energy, and your dreams find the nourishment to bloom. I am your shield, standing between you and the arrows of accusation that try to stab your heart, and I will not allow them to claim victory over you. I guard you with my truth, a truth that declares you are not defeated, that you are more than a conqueror through my power at work within you. In those instances when it feels as if the world turns against you, let my arms encircle you, filling the empty spaces with a love that cannot fail. Hold on to my word, for it stands as a firm foundation, reminding you of who I am and who you are in my sight, a redeemed, cherished, and protected child of the King. Do not be discouraged, for my defense is an everlasting stronghold. I place my light in your heart so that even when darkness tries to close in, you can shine with a radiance that reveals my presence to all who see you. This light is not your own. It is a reflection of my holiness and a token of my steadfast devotion that I share with you freely. When dismay or hopelessness attempts to overshadow your view, stand firm, for my spirit is like a torch in the night, guiding your steps and keeping fear at bay. Believe in the power of my light within you, for it is stronger than any gloom, and it will guide you, giving you the boldness to move forward and the compassion to warm others along the way. Let my light illuminate your path, and know that I am leading you home. I am your shepherd, ever watchful and ever ready to rescue you from the pitfalls of despair or the snares of temptation, for I cannot bear to see you lost or wandering. When you stray onto dangerous paths, I go after you, calling your name, longing to bring you back into the safety of my care. You are not just one among the many, you are uniquely known by me, and my heart beats with tenderness for you alone. If you hear my voice, follow it, and you will discover pastures of peace, waters of refreshment, and an abundance of grace that the world can never take away. Rest in my guidance, my child, for I will lead you by the still waters where your soul can breathe and your spirit can soar. I understand your weariness when you see injustice or cruelty that makes you wonder if goodness still stands a chance in this world. Yet take heart, for my goodness is like a mighty river that runs deep, and though you may only see the surface, my spirit is at work, shifting the landscape of human hearts. Do your part by showing kindness and watch how I multiply your efforts, transforming small acts of mercy into rippling wave fronts of compassion. Even when society's brokenness threatens your hope, remember that I have overcome the darkest forces through the power of my sacrificial love. Keep believing in my righteousness, dear one, for I promise you, your earnest labors are not in vain, and my justice will ultimately prevail. I see your heartbreak over personal losses that leave your soul aching, and I weep with you in those silent moments when the rest of the world seems oblivious to your pain. My shoulder is broad enough to carry every sorrow, and my grace is sufficient to fill every void left by disappointments or tragedies. I am the resurrection and the life, able to breathe renewal into what you fear has forever faded, and to place a promise of healing into your wounded hope. Let me minister to your grief, my precious one, for I am familiar with the valley of tears, and I will not let you walk it alone. Expect my comfort to come, for I have sent my Spirit to be your constant help and your source of strength in every desolate hour. I invite you to draw near in prayer, not with grand displays or complex formulas, but with an honest heart laid bare before me, for I am already aware of your needs. Speak your longings and your doubts, for I welcome your questions, and I delight in your sincerity. Do not hide your hurts, because I already know them, and I desire to tend to those wounds with the oil of my healing. Even if your voice trembles or your words fall short, I understand the language of your breaths and your tears, and I answer with my presence that speaks more powerfully than any tongue. So pray with expectancy, my child, for I am the God who listens attentively and moves in ways that will uplift and transform you. When you encounter challenges that appear insurmountable, shift your focus to me, because what is impossible for man is entirely possible with my divine power. I parted seas in the days of old, I raised the dead, and I still perform marvels that defy human explanation, to reveal my sovereignty and to nurture your faith. Let your knees find the ground and your heart find my promise, for I hold the universe in my hands, yet I care for every sparrow, and I sustain your every breath with gentleness. I do not say these things to create distance, but to show you that my limitless might is ever at your disposal, driven by my fierce love for you. Cling to my power, dear one, and refuse to doubt, for the great I Am stands over your struggles, ready to deliver you. I urge you to replace your fears with trust, for anxiety often takes root when you envision a future without my active presence. But I tell you truly, I will never abandon you, and my eyes are constantly upon your tomorrow, laying out paths that lead to growth and blessing. Release the heaviness in your chest, and watch how my peace floods in, a peace that does not depend on your circumstances, but on my unchanging character. When uncertainty tries to rob you of your joy, remind your soul that I am the author of each new morning, and my compassions never fail. Believe in my tender care, my cherished one, and step forward with a confident heart, for I am already in every moment that awaits you. I stand at the door of your heart, inviting you into a deeper communion with me, a bond that surpasses all earthly relationships. Do not keep me at an arm's length, thinking I only want perfection or grand gestures, for I treasure your authentic self. The more you yield to my spirit, the more my love will shape your responses and soften your edges, turning your life into a beacon of grace for others. Trust me enough to surrender your plans, for my wisdom far exceeds what the human mind can fathom, and I delight in guiding you to a place of true fulfillment. Let your heart find rest in the knowledge that I choose you daily, and my companionship is an open invitation you can accept with joy. Be bold, my beloved, in approaching me, for you are not a stranger or an uninvited guest in my presence. You are my child, welcomed with open arms. Open your spirit wide to the rivers of my goodness and allow my mercy to flow into every crack of your disappointments, mending what was once broken. When you come to me, let your words be honest, revealing the depths of your heart, for I am not scared by the intensity of your emotions or the complexity of your questions. Rather, I rejoice when you come to me with the curiosity of a child and the longing of a seeker, for that is when my voice can resound with clarity in your inmost being. Take hope from this, dear one, for my faithfulness is sure, and I welcome you into the secret place of my presence with delight. I ask you to forgive those who have hurt you, not because their actions are justified, but because an unforgiving heart becomes a prison of bitterness that poisons your spirit. Let me carry the weight of justice, for I alone see every angle and every motive, and my judgment is perfect. In granting forgiveness, you release yourself from the burden of resentment, and you open your life to the fullness of my peace. Remember that I have extended my grace to you countless times, wiping away your wrongs and clothing you in my righteousness out of pure love. Embrace mercy, my child, and find your heart restored, for I stand ready to flood you with joy when you choose the path of compassion. I watch over your family and your loved ones with great care, for I know how your heart yearns to see them flourish and live in harmony. Place them in my hands and let go of the need to control every outcome, for my wisdom and protection exceed your own. Pray for them, trusting that I am the shepherd who gathers every member of your flock, tending to their wounds and leading them to safe pastures. Do not be overcome by worry, for I am the everlasting Father, and I tenderly shield those you hold dear. Take courage in my promises and let your heart rest, knowing that my watchful eye never ceases, and my grace abounds to each soul you entrust to me. I prepare doors of opportunity for you, doors that you cannot yet see, and I cultivate blessings that will surprise and delight you at the proper time. My plans transcend the limitations you place on yourself, for I am the God who turns impossibility into reality. Do not fear to dream big, for I planted aspirations in your heart, and I long to see you pursue them with holy passion. Surrender your timetable to me, for what may seem delay to you is often my wise repositioning, allowing circumstances to align so that your good is assured. Walk in anticipation, my child, for I am the creator of miracles, and I delight in showering you with the fruit of my providential care. I urge you to look beyond yourself and notice the people in your path who also carry heavy burdens, for as you extend my kindness, you become a living vessel of my mercy in the world. Offer a helping hand without expectation of reward, and watch how my Spirit multiplies that single act into an echo of compassion that reaches distant hearts. When you feel too tired to give, remember that I am the one who replenishes your cup, pouring into you so that you can pour into others without growing weary. Your small gestures of love have the power to mend wounds, lift spirits, and reflect my grace in places that are parched by neglect. Arise with a giving heart, my beloved, for in sharing my love, you will discover an ever-deepening well of joy. I speak life over you, declaring that your story is far from over, and I rejoice in every new chapter you are courageous enough to write with me by your side. I call you not just to survive, but to thrive, embracing each moment with the confidence that my Spirit empowers you to move mountains. Even when you struggle to see your own potential, remember that I am the author who breathed the universe into existence, and I have invested my creativity in you. Let your steps be guided by my truth, and do not shrink back from the possibilities I lay before you, for I have designed you to blossom in every season. With me, no dream is too bold, and no desire is too hopeful, for I take delight in your growth. I invite you to make space in your life for quiet reflection, for in stillness, you hear my whisper that so often gets lost in the commotion of daily responsibilities. Do not underestimate the value of rest, for when you pause, my peace has room to penetrate your heart, sifting through your worries and replacing them with gentle assurance. Let your mind dwell on my goodness instead of the voices that bring dread, and you will find your spirit renewed with a calm that steadies your emotions. My child, you are not a machine but a soul I care for, so honor the rhythms of rest that I have woven into the fabric of creation. Embrace these sacred moments, and you will discover a rejuvenation that energizes your body and strengthens your faith. I understand that temptations arise, trying to sway you away from my path and tarnish the beauty I have placed within you, but I provide a way out whenever sin knocks. Choose wisely, for each decision has the potential to either deepen your fellowship with me or erect barriers that leave your heart heavy. When you are torn, call my name, for I will bolster your resolve and shield you from the forces that seek to devour your peace. I do not cast you aside when you falter. I enfold you in my arms and remind you of the true liberty found in aligning your life with my word. Trust me enough to obey, dear one, and witness how my holiness becomes your fortress, guarding you from the enticements that aim to derail you. I see how your mind can become a battleground of racing thoughts and persistent doubts, so I tenderly call you to renew your thinking with my promises, letting my word wash away the negative echoes. Repeat my truths to yourself and let them sink deep, transforming the way you perceive your circumstances, for your perspective shapes your heart's posture. When you are tempted to dwell on worst-case scenarios, lift your eyes to my sovereignty and remember how my past faithfulness guarantees my present commitment. Surrender your anxious thoughts to me, and I will replace them with a quiet confidence that enables you to stand firm no matter the tempest around you. You are more secure in my hands than you could ever fathom, so cling to that reality and let my hope guard your heart. I reaffirm my devotion to you, speaking tenderly to your soul, even when guilt or shame tries to convince you that I have grown distant. My arms are always open, and my forgiveness is swift for those who turn back, acknowledging their missteps and longing for reconciliation. I have never stopped loving you, even in the moments you feared I was gone or angry, for my faithfulness is not dependent on your perfection. Let your spirit rest in my consistent goodness, for I am more interested in your future with me than in the burdens of your past. Take this comfort, my child, and return to my embrace, for nothing can separate you from the love I freely offer. I invite you to journey forward with courage, for I have placed within you a well of resilience that you have only begun to tap, and I rejoice every time you rise after a fall. No obstacle is permanent when my power is at work, and no setback can thwart the greater story I am writing through your life. Let your tenacity be fueled by the promise that I am with you, quietly supporting your efforts and swiftly easing your weariness. As you persevere, you will find my joy springing up from deep within, giving you stamina when you thought you had none left. Stand tall, beloved one, for you are destined to overcome, and I am the strength behind every victory you claim. I urge you to let gratitude rise like incense from your heart, even in seasons of difficulty, for thanksgiving is a key that unlocks deeper dimensions of joy. When you choose to praise me, not as a performed duty, but as a genuine expression of trust, you refocus your mind on my fidelity instead of your lack. In doing so, you invite my blessing into your circumstances, allowing my light to penetrate your gloom and my hope to reignite your aspirations. Cultivate a habit of thankfulness and witness how your spirit lifts, for gratitude in the midst of trial is like a torch that illuminates the way forward. Sing your praises to me, dear one, and feel the chains of worry and despair break as my joy flows into your life. I remind you that you are a citizen of a kingdom not of this earth, and your eternal destiny is secure in my grip, promising you a hope that outlasts all temporal struggles. Let not the fears of mortality overshadow the reality of your immortal soul, for your life is hid with me in glory that the world cannot deprive you of. Live each day with eyes fixed on the heavenly perspective, for your choices carry weight beyond this life, and your love echoes into eternity. I challenge you to remember that your true treasures are stored where neither moth nor rust can devour, and this should anchor your heart in peace. You are mine, and I hold your eternity with tender care, so let your spirit rejoice, for the best is yet to come. I affirm that I am opening doors you cannot yet perceive, and clearing paths you do not yet understand, so do not grow discouraged by what seems impossible. I am the architect of beauty and the author of redemption, and in my perfect timing, I turn ashes into splendor, transforming each challenge into a testimony of my goodness. Release your need for immediate answers and rest in my sovereign plan, for I am intimately invested in your well-being, and I do not fail those who place their hope in me. You will look back one day and see that even in the detours, I was leading you toward a greater fulfillment than you dared to imagine. Hold on to hope, my child, for I am the God of new beginnings, and I take joy in surprising you with more than you ask for. I whisper the assurance that you are engraved on my palms, never to be forgotten, never to be overlooked, for my love for you is as vast as the heavens. When you accuse yourself of being too flawed or too broken, remember that I have chosen you with full knowledge of all your frailties, and I call you beloved. My heart delights in your progress, not your perfection, for I am the author of transformation that takes time and faith. Let my word be the mirror in which you see your true worth, for my spirit is constantly at work to polish and refine you into the marvelous creation I envisioned. Embrace your identity in me, dear one, for I am always for you, and my spirit sings over your life with great celebration. I encourage you to step out in faith, even when the path seems obscured by fog, for I will guide your feet and steady your steps so that you do not stumble. Do not let uncertainty keep you frozen, for I am the light to your path and the compass to your journey, ensuring that you will not lose your way. Even if you wobble or stray, I will pull you back with my gentle grace, teaching you that mistakes are not fatal, but opportunities to grow. Keep your gaze set on me, and you will find a confidence that is rooted in my character, not in your limited understanding. Advance with courage, my precious one, for I am here, and I will not allow you to wander alone. I am your refuge and your strength, the one who raises a banner of victory over your battles, proving that you are never abandoned. When the odds appear insurmountable and your hope seems thin, remember that I have already overcome this world, and in me you share in that triumph. Take heart, for your struggles are moments for my power to shine, and I delight in showing my might on your behalf. As you face your trials, do so with a spirit of praise, for praise unleashes my miracle-working force, and it reminds your soul that my word is unbreakable. Trust in my invincible love, dear one, and believe that nothing can stand against the one who walks under my wing. I yearn for you to taste the sweetness of my promises, for my word is like honey to the spirit, nourishing and reviving the weary. Open the scriptures with expectancy, for there you will find my heart revealed and my plans laid out in words that penetrate the depths of your mind. Let my truth renew your hope and answer your doubts, providing the stability you need when the ground beneath you shifts. Study it, meditate on it, and carry it in your heart as a shield against deception, for my instructions are not burdensome, they are light, guiding you to fruitful living. Let Scripture be your compass, beloved, and you will bear witness to my steadfastness through every season. I encourage you to lift your head when shame tries to bow it down, for I have robed you in honor and washed you with forgiveness, giving you a dignity beyond measure. No matter the words spoken against you, I declare that you are cleansed and restored in my sight, and nothing can steal that gift I have freely bestowed. Let your countenance reflect the joy of knowing you are accepted by the King of Glory, and let no voice of condemnation persuade you otherwise. My child, stand upright, for I have chosen you as my vessel, and I do not regret my decisions, nor do I withdraw my affection. Embrace your God-given worth, for it is immovable, upheld by my eternal hand. I watch with tender pride as you learn to love those who seem hard to love, for in doing so, you are reflecting my own compassion for humanity. Each act of mercy you show is a testament to the growth of my spirit within you, and it echoes into eternity. Do not grow weary in well-doing, for even the smallest deed done in love carries heaven's approval, and I reward such efforts with abundant grace. Remember that as you extend your hand to others, you are actually touching my heart, fulfilling my command to love as I have loved you. Press on in kindness, beloved one, for through these acts my light breaks forth into the darkest corners, bringing hope to the hopeless and restoration to the broken. I am preparing a future overflowing with blessings for you, a landscape of promises that will increase your awe and spur you to greater heights of faith. Though the present may seem cloudy or challenging, hold tight to my hand, for I see the way clearly and will guide you step by step. Do not let the enemy rob you of your anticipation by sowing seeds of despair. Instead, nourish your heart with the certainty that my plans for you are good. I place divine appointments and sacred moments in your path that will confirm my leading, and as you embrace them, your heart will leap with joy at my providence. Trust that I have made provision for your tomorrows, and believe that I am faithful to fulfill every word I have spoken over you. I call you now to prayer, my treasured one, and I urge you to forsake the myth that prayer must be elaborate or rehearsed. Simply pour out your thoughts, your fears, your longings before me, and know that I listen with an attentive heart, longing to engage in deep communion. Whenever you whisper your needs, the heavens rumble with my response, for I am neither deaf nor indifferent. Let the act of prayer become as natural as breathing, a continual dialogue where you sense my presence, even in the mundane details of your day. Seek me with sincerity and expectation, for I am the God who does not withhold good from my children, and I delight in answering in ways that magnify my name. I want you to envision the brilliant future I have set before you, not out of naivete, but because faith opens your eyes to realities yet unseen. Though hardships may persist for a time, they will not define your destiny, for I am refining you through these trials, making you resilient and wise. Cling to the promise that I will turn your mourning into dancing and clothe your sorrow with gladness, for my redemption is ever at work. With each new dawn, remember that I am the one who crafts beauty from ashes, restoring ruins into places of hope and renewal. Let your heart find comfort in the certainty of my vision for your life, for I stand as your sure foundation, guaranteeing that the best is yet to come. I invite you to raise your voice in worship not solely in song, but in every action that reflects my heart, transforming your routine tasks into sacred offerings. Whether you tend to your family, work in an office, or serve in ministry, do it as unto me, and watch how your labor becomes a fragrant incense that honors my name. Worship is more than a Sunday event. It is a lifestyle of acknowledging my worthiness, and in return, you are filled with joy and strength to overcome all obstacles. Embrace this attitude of adoration and feel the weight of discontent and anxiety lift from your shoulders, because praise changes your perspective. As you worship in spirit and truth, you will find a refuge that grounds you in my eternal promises, making you unmovable in the midst of trial. I speak peace over you, dear child, and I calm the turmoil that stirs within your soul, reminding you that I am your everlasting source of serenity. Let your mind release the anxious rumblings that keep you up at night, for my angels stand guard and my spirit embraces you with heavenly tranquility. Receive this gift of peace, a gift the world cannot offer, for it flows directly from my throne, permeating your deepest wounds and easing your tense muscles. As you accept this peace, let gratitude rise, let your heart steady, and let my presence restore your weary essence. Open your hands to me and let go of every burden, for I promise to uphold you with my righteous right hand and to sustain you through every season. I am committed to your welfare, and I see every challenge that threatens your well-being even before it arrives. So I prepare a fortified shield of protection. Know that you can run to me like a strong tower, safe from the chaos that rages outside, for my name is powerful and my authority unassailable. Though you may still walk through adversity, you will do so clothed in my strength, armed with my wisdom, and guarded by my providence, so fear not. Even in the middle of battles, my light shines to confuse the enemy, and my hand swiftly lifts you above the floodwaters of destruction. Stand confident, my child, for my covenant with you is sure, and I will not allow you to be overtaken. I beckon you to cast your cares upon me, for I care for you with a jealous love that never falters, and I desire to shoulder what weighs you down. Unburden your heart in my presence, and you will sense the shift from heaviness to hopefulness, for I take your yoke and replace it with my ease. Let the chaos of your life be gently reordered by my hand, as I reveal solutions you never considered, opening your eyes to the wisdom my spirit offers. In surrendering your worries, you find the freedom to live fully, for my joy is your strength, and my love renovates every dark corner of your mind. Do not hesitate to rely on me, for I am the strong God who rejoices in carrying your load. I encourage you to look ahead with expectant hope, because I have written possibilities into your future that shine with promise, drawing you into deeper trust. Refuse to allow the scars of the past to determine the outlook of your tomorrow, for I am the master of new chances, the author of second beginnings. Even when the world says it's too late, I say I can redeem the time, restoring years that seemed lost to sorrow or wrong decisions. My strength is perfected in your weakness, and my mercy extends into every moment, refusing to let your story end in despair. Stir your heart to believe again, dear one, for as long as I am, there is hope, and as long as I reign, all things are possible. My dear child, my love for you will never fade, for it is eternal and unbreakable, shining like a constant beacon that guides your heart back to me whenever you wander. You may face storms and setbacks, but my affection remains steadfast, and nothing can separate you from the bond we share. Hold this truth close, especially in the midst of trial, for it will comfort you and remind you that my heart is wholly yours. I watch over you day and night, and my care does not diminish even when your faith wavers, for I have embraced you as my own. Rest in this promise, beloved, and let your soul find nourishment in my unchanging devotion, for you are priceless in my eyes. I bless you this day and every day, not out of ritual, but out of my deep desire to see you flourish, to witness you walk in freedom and purpose. Receive my blessing over your home, your relationships, and your labor, for I long to inspire growth and fruitfulness in every corner of your life. I proclaim peace over your heart, strength over your body, and clarity over your mind, trusting that you will carry these gifts into every space you enter. Let my goodness radiate through you, so that others may see and recognize the touch of my hand upon you, for you are called to be a light in the world. Embrace this blessing with gratitude, my child, and step forth in courage, knowing my favor rests upon you. As you move forward from these words, let hope blaze within you, illuminating your path with the confidence that greater things await. Your tomorrow is held secure in my hands, and I will continue to write a story of grace and redemption on the pages of your life. Cling to faith, for it is the key that opens doors and disarms fears, and it is the torch you hold that carries light into the unknown. My spirit goes before you, preparing ways you have not yet discovered, ensuring that even the darkest night surrenders to the brilliance of my love. I urge you to press on, dear one, for together we will transform every trial into a testimony, every wound into a witness of my unfailing care. Remember, My love for you does not vary with the winds of change, and my arms remain ever open, waiting to hold you close, wrapping you in a peace that exceeds all understanding. Even if you stumble, I will lift you up, and even if your steps falter, I will place you back on firm ground, for my patience outlasts your mistakes. My heart is bent toward you, and my affection for you is a constant song resounding in the heavens, inviting you to join in its joyous chorus. I stand ready to pour out more grace upon you, for I delight in your dependence on my strength, and I am honored whenever you look to me for guidance. Take this closing embrace, my child, and remember that you dwell in my everlasting love, today and always. Go forth in my peace, assured that I, who began a good work in you, will see it through to completion, for my plans are indefatigable, and my word cannot return void. Anticipate the days ahead with boldness, for I am the faithful keeper of your destiny, and I will be your light in every shadow. Rejoice, for I bless you and your loved ones, and I commission you to walk in my wisdom, serve in my joy, and rest in my affection. Let your faith take root, and let your hope blossom like a flower bending toward the sun, for the very best is indeed yet to come. In my love you are established, secure, and free. Trust in these promises, for I am with you always, leading you by my right hand into a future filled with blessing.